Hey guys, Working Man Reads here, and today I am here with a book review, but this is more my opinion on Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I'm not sure that A, I'm the right audience for the book, or B, if I can do it justice by giving it a traditional review. So, most of my reviews on my channel are opinions, they're my opinion, but I'm also going to talk about the author because really the main reason why I read this book was to explore Jane Austen's writing and what she may have meant to the art of writing. So, Jane Austen was born on December 1775, and then she died July 1817. So, that makes a lot of sense as long as we're talking about the same, yes, English novelist. I'm Wikipedia, so facts may not be totally accurate, but that would make sense based on the English that's in here. It is not the same English that I am speaking currently. It is very old-fashioned, which made it difficult for me. That being said, the story, I guess, the way that she wrote her books, she critiqued things in her society. Now that, if I had known that going in, it may have changed my perspective on the novel. But I did not know that going in, so I'm going to review this based on how I was reading it. So basically, she would write books, and basically it was almost a satire or a critique of the way that society was back then. So Sense and Sensibility drops you in to three sisters, and basically they're trying to find suitors. They're trying to find men of established esteem so that they have more financial success and they're basically taken care of, which is hilarious because my wife is amazing with money and without her I'd be screwed. But I think it's funny that that's kind of what they wanted back then. So Jane Austen's like, well, that's stupid. I'm a successful novelist and a strong woman, so screw you. I'm going to make fun of it, but also write a successful book. And she did. So you follow, my gosh, I can't remember the main character's name. That's terrible. Eleanor. And then her sister, Marianne. And there's three guys. There's Willoughby, Brandon, and another gentleman. And long story short, there's some love triangles. There's some funny stuff that happens, but it's a lot of dialogue. It's a lot of talking, and talking in an English that I'm not familiar with. But that being said, she writes beautifully, and that style of novel, the classics, the books like that, geez, man, they're so well written that it's like, wow. Like the prose back then was just next level. But I can see where the satire comes in and where the novel is almost poking fun at society back then because of how much talking, how much complaining, how much gossip that the characters have in the story. It makes it kind of funny because you're like, wow, this is some some basic white people problems that aren't real world problems. They're just a bunch of old white ladies, gossiping about the boy down the street and the other girl that he's talking to, and it's funny. But for now, I know that. But when I was reading it, I'm like, God, this has got to be over soon, But I did want to try her writing so that I could learn from her. She's not only probably one of the most well-known female authors of all time, maybe one of the greatest authors of all time. I don't know if I'm taking a step there, but I can't think of, when I think of authors from the past, Jane Austen is top 5. When I think of okay, you got Tolkien, you got, Hemingway, you got, she's up there. She really is. So I wanted to try her out, so I did. And Jane Austen July. Hopefully I didn't offend anybody with basic white people problems, but it's true. It's like we're talking about, how much allowance we're going to get, or how much, you know, how much does that gentleman make? Because he's not worth anything if he doesn't make, you know, $2,000 a week or whatever. You know, like, are we serious here? This is what we're talking about. But yeah, so it's not like real life problems like, you know, a virus or things like that. But it's you know, she's poking fun at it. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, she has multiple. I guess her biggest novels is Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, and Emma. I guess Sense and Sensibility was actually published first out of those four, which is interesting. She also wrote quite a few: Persuasion, Northanger Abbey. Yeah, so it says, yes, coming upon British landed at the end of the 18th century. Austen's plots often explore the dependence of women on marriage in the pursuit of a favorable social standing and economic security. See, that's what I'm saying. And it's a critique. So Sense and Sensibility was basically, it's a critique on the way that society was back then. And she thinks, so basically she was the first feminist author. I mean, I'm going to take a stab at that. I mean, she basically was the first woman of high standard. Basically, I wonder if she became more popular after she died, like if it was a case of that. But yeah, so super cool lady. This has kind of been a history video, so sorry about that. Not so much a book review, but the book, like I said, it wasn't. I'm a horror and a fantasy reader, but if I can find something I enjoy in this, so can you. So maybe it's worth checking out. Maybe you just start with Pride and Prejudice because that's her most well known, or maybe you just watch the damn movie. I mean, either way, enjoy yourself. This has been a fun little video, so I'm gonna peace out. Maybe I'll film something else later. I might be in the same shirt. A little writing update. So thank you.